G'day and welcome to this video series, 7 Restaurant Marketing Secrets, where we're going to pull back the curtains and take a closer look at 7 of the most common restaurant marketing mistakes and how you can avoid them. If you're anything like most restaurant owners in Australia today, you're actually pretty good at what you do. You serve great food and you have a friendly atmosphere in your restaurant. It is marketing what you do that has you feeling stressed out, frazzled and frustrated. And that is precisely why you're going to love this video series, because you're about to discover some really cool stuff. Unique ways to attract more clients and position your restaurant as the go-to place to eat in your community. And please don't worry, because none of the ideas you're about to discover are expensive, and each has been tried, tested and proven to work out there in the real world. And if, as you watch these videos, you have any questions or need some expert help to implement any of the ideas, please just ask us. We're only a phone call, an email, a Skype or a Facebook conversation away. In fact, we're here to help you get the marketing right in your restaurant. So please don't be shy, keep that in mind. We love to hear from you. Okay, let's start by looking at mistake number 1. And it is that you have no systems in place. Let's just take a few moments to consider 5 good reasons why your restaurant needs effective marketing systems. Number 1, creating the systems in the first place forces you to stop and think through your current processes, and as a result, improve them. Let's just take something really simple like the way that you answer the phone in your restaurant. Something as simple as a "this is how we answer the phone" system could address several key questions, including what customer information should you be collecting when somebody calls you? For example, their name, their email address, the all-important how they heard of you in the first place, etc. I'm sure you get the picture there. Where should you be storing this valuable information? For example, customer relationship management software, on a database, or would you prefer to use forms? What other questions should you be asking when people call your restaurant? Under what circumstances should the customer be transferred to someone else? And who should the caller be transferred to under such various circumstances and situations? Should the call be answered by a live person or immediately go into a calling queue? And if live, what hours should it be staffed? If not live, what kind of recorded message will you use? And all importantly, what offer will you promise in that message to encourage folk to call back or to visit your restaurant? I'm sure you can see that just something as simple as the way that you answer the phone can have a dramatic difference on the marketing of your restaurant, because if you stuff things up in that area, you could be leaving a heap of money on the table. Number 2, having systems in place allows for improved and consistent performance. This is because you cannot improve something that you cannot track and measure. And so if you want to see improved and consistent performance in your restaurant, you're going to need to have systems in place. Number 3, having systems in place means that you're not flying blind. You don't just rock up and think to yourself, "Oh my goodness, what am I going to do today or tonight?" It's a great comfort to know that you can see things in perspective, because that will give you purpose, which in turn will help you to persevere when the going gets tough. Don't be a restaurant owner that is just flying blind, bumbling along, making things up as you go along. That's a surefire recipe, and no pun intended there, for absolute disaster. Number 4, having systems in place makes things 10 times easier when you hire new employees. Stop and think about that. If you can hand them a simple procedures or systems manual and say, this is how we do things here, it's going to make your job 10 times easier. And number 5, take a look at this poor couple, sat on the couch in this slide, stressed out of their minds. Well, guess what? Having systems in place takes stress off of you as the owner of the restaurant. The last thing you want to do is go home after a busy night and sit on the couch with your significant other and look and feel like this. Having systems in place is a surefire way for you to bring the pressure down and to take care of the stress that all business owners face, no matter what kind of business they run. It's a very, very good reason for you to make sure that you have systems in place. Now, if you need any help in implementing effective systems in your restaurant business, or even in identifying the areas in your restaurant where you need to have systems, then please take a moment to ask us about our free restaurant marketing consultation. You'll love it. There's no high pressure sales involved whatsoever, and by the end of it, I believe honestly that you'll see things in a whole better and happier and clearer perspective. Thanks for watching this video. Now we're moving on to the next restaurant marketing mistake.